Today I am here with a special program for all of you, and that is on behalf of Martin Luther King Jr. Speakers Forum. This forum is very special for all of us, not only for the students, but even for the adults as well. Before we begin our program, let's observe 1 minute silence in the memory of General Bipin Rawat ji. I request you all to kindly close your eyes and maintain silence for 1 minute. May the departed soul rest in peace. So ladies and gentlemen, as you all know that today we are going to discuss a crime that is happening in our society. We are going to discuss a curse that is, we are not able to get rid of that curse, although we all know that how bad it is and how it's abusing our children. Yes, I am talking about the child abuse. And this curse is still prevailing in our society. If we talk about the report says that 1 in 10 children, like one child in 10 children are forced to be a child labor. And this number is like too high. We cannot imagine that how a child is deprived from his basic rights, the right of education, the right of existence, the right of happiness, the right of development, the right of education, the right of progress. Why it is happening so? We, the adult, have tried to find out the reasons, but we are unable to eradicate this. Here today in this forum, we have the students who are going to discuss this issue in detail, and they are going to give us some practical solution how we can get rid of this taboo from the society, the child labor problem. And I hope that these small kids, those who are going to give us the solutions for this, the solutions are going to help in a great deal. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you some introduction about our platform. This platform where we all are sitting today is Martin Luther King Jr. Speakers Forum. The Speakers Forum has three branches. One branch is for the kids, Martin Luther King Jr. Club for kids, Martin Luther King Jr. Club for adults, and Martin Luther King Speakers Forum. And one more is there, Martin Luther King Jr. Chit Chat Club for the homemakers. This club's objective is to develop the communication skills at all the levels, because we believe that even if we are very much considerate of the issues, about the problems of the society, and if we want to do many things in life, but if we are not having communication skills, we will be unable to do that. So that is the purpose of this club, and why we have named it as Martin Luther King Jr. There is a beautiful story behind this, why we have chosen this. Ladies and gentlemen, you all must be knowing Martin Luther King Jr. is very famous for his world famous speech, I have a dream. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of farmer slaves and the sons of farmer slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. So this is a very beautiful speech, and this is one of my favorite speech. That's why, since I also have a dream that one day the entire world is going to be a global village, and we can fly like a butterfly from one place to another place without any restriction, without any visa, without any requirement of the passport. That is my dream. Maybe my dream is not very practical. Maybe it's not going to come true, but I am very much sure and confident that this dream is the only solution for the world. This dream is the only solution for the peace. This dream is the only solution for the conflicts. That's why we have named this club as Martin Luther King Jr. Club. So this was the introduction of this club. Now let's uh, move, and then let me invite the first speaker of this evening, Anil Mukhija ji, who is the dedicated, hardworking, and talented principal of Raj International School. So may I request Mr. Anil Mukhija ji to kindly enlighten us with his golden words. You are muted, sir. Please unmute yourself. Anil ji, please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, now you are audible.
Okay. So good evening, everybody. As I said that my introduction is given more than 25 years, and today I speak on youth and labor, or you can say children who are facing education.
Anil ji, we are not
They
able
must
to
get.
listen to you. Anil ji, I think there is some network issue. We are not able to hear you clearly. I think there is some network issues. Your voice is not. Your voice is breaking in between. So now let's start with the speeches of the students. And meanwhile, Mr. Anil Mukhija ji is going to fix his connection. I would like to request Maria Azhar to kindly present her speech.
Now, hello. Halima, I'm
Yes,
audible?
Anil. Yes, now it's better.
Okay. So I'm directly coming to topic. Education is must for all. Rabindranath Tagore said, as Nelson Mandela said, that without education, a nation cannot progress. So, but there are some restrictions which we cannot means judge without being seen. Yes, that are forced to go
Anilji's connection is again disturbed. Let's move to Maria, and then we'll get back to Anilji once his connection is okay. Yes, Maria, please start.
Life of little ones are destroyed when child labor is employed. Good evening to one and all present here. This is Maria Azhar, a student of grade 8 from New Delhi, India. As we all have gathered here to talk all about child labor, so I also want to share my thoughts and opinions on child labor. Well, child labor is a curse for children as it does not only affect them physically but also mentally. Today, there are many places in India where child labor is at its peak. However, the government has already done a lot to put a strict ban on it, but still it's not getting stopped. Basically, child labor in children at a very young age, they are forced to work at a very young age at tea stalls, restaurants, factories to earn money and bring in their home. India is a developing country in spite of the recent economic. One third of the Indian population lives below the poverty line, which is the main reason for child labor. in our country. People living in such conditions don't have food to eat, and that is the reason the parents make their children work. Children at this age should enjoy their life to the fullest, but under the pressure of the parents to improve their financial conditions, they had to work at many places. As we all know that we are living in the 21st century, and in this world, no one is dependent on each other. Everyone is independent. Everyone can live his or her life with his own freedom. A famous quote by Nelson Mandela: education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. But my question is, what kind of weapon are we using to change the world? I don't think so. By giving construction tools in the hand of the children, we will change the world. We will have a bright future. We will improve the conditions of our country. I don't think so. Do you think? According to the Article 24 of the Indian Constitution, no child below the age of 14 years shall be employed to work at tea stalls or factories. It also gives us right against exploitation, where no child can be exploited to work. Even the Constitution gives us the right to education, where every child has right to education. At last, I would like to conclude by saying that we all should start taking necessary steps, such as be aware of child labor and don't start anymore, report child labor, educate others, and create awareness. I would also like to conclude my speech with a quote: buildings are built in big, big lands. Buildings are built in big, big lands. Works are done by little, little hands. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you very much, Maria. It was really a wonderful speech. Thank you. God bless you. And I think David must be eager to comment on Maria's speech.
You know me, Maria, that was a great, great opening speech. I love the way you talked about Article 24 and the age limit being 14. You talked about the damage both physically and mentally to children, and about their ability to play and not to play. And also you had a call to action in there, which is also very, very good, in that people, if they see child labor, they should report it, they should help prevent it, and make a better India and a better world for everybody. So you did an excellent, excellent job. You were very clear and concise. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. David. Thank you, Maria. And now let me invite the next speaker. Our next speaker is Nadia Khan.
A child is meant to learn, not to earn. A child is your herd, not born to push your cart. Don't be wild, only give education to your child. Good evening, one and all present here. It's me, Nadia Khan, a student of grade 6 from New Delhi, India. Today, I'm here to deliver a speech on a very interesting and a very important topic. Yes, I'm going to deliver a speech on child labor. First, I would like to tell you all why I'm speaking on this topic. So, I think that today's children are tomorrow's future. Child labor is a term you might have heard about in news or movies. It refers to a crime where children are forced to work from a very early age. It's like expecting kids to perform responsibilities like working and fending for themselves. The average age for a child to be appropriate work is considered 15 years and more. Children falling below this age limit won't be allowed any type of work forcefully. Why is that so? Because child labor takes away the kids' opportunity of having a normal childhood, a proper education, and physical and mental well-being. Child labor in some countries it's illegal, but still it's a far way for being completely eradicated. Causes of child labor. Child labor happens due to a number of reasons, while some of reasons which are specific in particular areas and regions. we will be able to fight it better. It's estimated that there are 160 million victims of child labor worldwide. Almost half of child labor happens in Africa, 72 million children, followed by Asia and the Pacific, 62 million. I would like to conclude by saying that the remedy is only in the hands of the government. It needs to take the necessary to educate children. I know it's not enough about child labor, but it's time to say bye. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Nadia. Thank you very much. And now I request Mohammed Zubair to kindly give the feedback to Nadia.
Hello, am I audible? Yes.
Yes, you are audible.
Yes. It was amazing because, children are the future citizens of the nation, not only the nation, but for the world as well. So it is a good initiative taken by you, and she was very confident, and she was giving all the good examples how childs are associated with the development of a country and how we can provide them opportunity in different part of the different walk of the life. So it was amazing, and children are the greatest gift to humanity, and childhood is an important and impressionable stage of human development, because as it holds the potential to the future development of any society. And children who are brought up in an environment which is conducive to their intellectual or physical or the social health. So she was amazing in her thoughts. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Zubair, and thank you, Nadia. Now let's move to our third speaker. Let's invite Muhammad Jovan. Muhammad Jovan is from Indonesia.
Life, love, and laughter, a priceless gift to our children. Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Jovan Dharmendra. I'm student on the North Sumatra on the 3rd grade from junior high school. Today, I want to delivering my speech about eradicate child labor. The death of Iqbal Masih, a young Pakistan activist child labor in 1995, shocked the world. By the age of 12, he had spoken a lot on the world stage about eliminating child labor based on his own experience. This tragic death showed us that there are still many people who want to keep using child labor because it provides a lot of profit. According to International Labour Organization, or ILO, the amount of child labor in the world in 2020 is more than 160 million children. This number is increased 8.4 million in the last 4 years. This number is inseparable from the high poverty rate throughout the world. Like many other poverty problems, these child labor problems can be solved or at least decreased by the proper education to the community and poverty elevation in the bigger scale. When the community is well educated, then the economy will rise up. If the economy rises up, then the family finance will get better too. When the family finance get better, there be only a small chance for the family to let their children become a child labor. I know it's not as easy as turning the palm of the hands, but if we work together as a community, doing the consistency and care for each other, I know there will not be any others child labor in this world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jovan. And it was really very well spoken. And your thoughts were precious thoughts you have given how we can solve the issue of the child labor. And I appreciate your efforts, Jovan, and congratulations for a good speech. Thank you and take care.
Thank you very much.
Now let's move to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Falak. Falak from Srinagar, Kashmir.
Okay, ma'am, can I start?
Yes, please.
Show a child love and care. Child labor is not fair.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I want to talk about an important topic, which is a major threat to children's rights, and that is child labor. Child labor is a crime in which children are forced to work at a very young age. According to International Labour Organization, children below the age of 15 are not allowed. Millions of children are forced to work, which robs them for having a happy childhood, education, and a good future. Child labor remains to be a serious challenge to the happiness of children. Child labor is a major problem in many developing countries, which includes India. According to 2018 report of ILO, children below the age of 15 are engaged in child labor in India. The age at which children should attend school is forced to work at dangerous construction sites. In India, 20 to 30% of children are involved in doing dangerous jobs, which could be selling drugs or cigarettes on streets. 1/3 of our country is in poverty, and which is considered to be the primary reason of child labor. People living in such conditions don't have food to eat, and that's the reason they make their child work. The Indian government had passed a law against child labor in 1993, 2006, and 2013, forbidding dangerous jobs which could cause harm to children below the age of 18. I want to conclude the speech by saying that Indian government and citizens play an important role in ending child labor. In ending child labor. So, and against child labor should be tightened. Free education and food should be provided to children. And as a citizen, it's important to report child abuse in the nearest police station. Thank you and have a great time.
Thank you, Falak. Thank you. I think David is smiling and his smile is the broadest. That's why he's going to give the comments.
Thank you, Dr. Lima. Falak, excellent, excellent, excellent. Brilliant job as usual. That smiling face and your hand gestures and the delivery of your speech. Just at the end, you start to forget your place a little bit, but you fought through and you finished your speech. And you included a lot of valuable information. 1/3 of the population of India is in poverty, and on and on and on. And it was very, very good, very heartfelt. So a very good speech, very positive. You've done a really, really great job today. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. David, and thank you, Falak Fatima. Now we are going to invite one more participant from Indonesia, Ayumi. Ayumi, now stage is yours, please.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Stop child labor, start education. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ayumi from Indonesia. Today, I want to deliver important speech about child labor. Let's get started. Child labor is defined as the employment of children often forceful or unreasonable. It means that children are forced to work like adults and take part in an economic activity. According to the ILO, the term is applied to people up to age 13 or 17 in case of dangerous work. The biggest cause behind the child labor is the poverty. Poor families are entirely helpless to fulfill their basic requirements. So they send their children to work and earn money. The unemployment is also another cause of child labor. Lack of proper education is the main. Child labor cuts the growth of children and deprives them of their childhood. In different factories, they suffer from many diseases as they are not provided medical aid. So the children become victims of mental disorders like depression. Children, children is the future of the nation. So the solution is all nations must take immediate and urgent actions to eliminate the increasing crime of child labor to develop and prosperity. To prevent child labor, we should protest the government and government should introduce strict laws against child labor. That's all my speech. I hope you understand it. Thank you and have a great
Ayumi, you can unmute yourself.
day. I'm done. I've done.
Okay, so now after Ayumi, who's going to speak? First of all, who wants to give the comments to Ayumi? Mohammad Zubair, would you like to give?
Sure, sure. The content was good. The way of presentation was amazing. She was very much confident, and she explained in a, in the simpler words how child labor is affecting us and how can we eradicate these things. And child labor as work that is mentally or physically or socially or morally dangerous and harmful to children for the children's. So she has done a good job, and thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mohammad Zubair, and thank you, Ayumi. You are speaking you're speaking with so much innocence. And that is a remarkable quality of your speech. Yes, you look so innocent while speaking. Now our next participant is Asna Sahib. Asna Sahib. Yes, please.
Show a child love and care. Child labor is just not fair. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Asna Sahib. Today, I'm going to speak about the topic child labor. Child labor refers to work which is mentally, physically, socially, or morally harmful to children. Children work because their survival depends on it. Child labor is the result of many factors, including poverty, lack of decent work opportunities for adults and adolescents, migration, and emergencies. Child labor is a violation of a children's rights. The work can harm them mentally or physically, expose them to hazardous situations, or stop them from going to school. The movement to regulate child labor began in the Great Britain at the close of the 18th century, when the rapid development of large-scale manufacturing made possible the exploitation of young children in mining and industrial work. In absolute terms, child labor for 15 to 17-year age range is highest in India. 5.8 million children are doing labor, followed by Bangladesh, 5 million children, Pakistan, 3.4 million children, and Nepal, 2 million children. Africa is the continent with the biggest number of child laborers, which is 72.1 million children. Children are used in some forms of child labor, such as bonded labor, child soldiers, and trafficking. Asian child laborers can be found in a variety of industries: carpet weaving, garment making, domestic service, fisheries, tea stall workers, and mining, etc. Child labor includes the work that can put the children even at the risk of death, injury, and diseases. Did you know that in the world's poorest countries, 1 in every 4 children is engaged in the work which is harmful to their health. But now it's time to put an end to this child labor and allow all children to realize their rights. Here are some ways that we can eradicate child labor. We need to spread awareness. We should support NGOs like Save the Children, and we should send more children to school. These were some of the ways. Lastly, I would like to finish my speech with a beautiful quote. Child is meant to learn, not to earn. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Asna. Well done. And now David Haslam is going to give you his feedback.
Thank you, Dr. Halima. Asna, what can I say? That was packed with information. Actually, I have a special request. Could you forward the information to Dr. Halima so that I can get a copy of it? And then I will format it so that we can use that information in the future. Fantastic job. The research involved in your speech was amazing, absolutely amazing. And then the delivery of the information too was brilliant. So you did a great job. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the information because I'm a geek and I like stuff like that. So, and great job. Thank you so much. And I mean it. Send the information through to Dr. Halima. Dr. Halima will forward it to me and I will put it in a format for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. And thank you, Asna. You have done a great job. I must appreciate you along with David. And now our next speaker is again from Indonesia, Olita. May I request Olita to start the speech?
Don't ask children to take tools, instead send them to school. Hello everyone, good evening from Indonesia. Thank you for inviting me here. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Olita. I'm 15 years old and right now I sit on 11th grade. And today, in the beautiful day, I'm here to speak up about a problem that has been attracting many people or organizations recently. That's a really serious problem. Let's discuss it. The International Labour Organization, or ILO, estimates that worldwide approximately 218 million children between 5 and 17 years are engaged in some form of employment. Can you imagine that? Some of the children in the world are working. Before that, I want to talk about child's role in life. Yes, their roles are studying, learning, playing, getting love and care from parents, being student. But these children don't have a chance to do it. They become workers. Here are several reasons why they become labor. Poverty and unemployment levels are high. Access to free education is limited. Laws that often violated workers' rights are repressed. And child labor can result in extreme bodily and mental harm and even death. It can lead to exploitation. This is a really serious problem. We cannot close our eyes about this problem. To stop this problem, we can do some ways like spread awareness, sending more children to school, give the child free education, stop buying things that come from child labor, economic developments to raise family income, make some strict rules so that children cannot be workers again, and do not employ child laborers. Eliminating child labor will help address poverty, strengthen economics, and positively influence education, health, and protection system worldwide. Okay, everyone, that's all about child labor. I hope that there won't be a problem like this anymore in the future. I hope all children all over the world can feel what life should be like as children. Playing, studying, learning, being a student, getting love and care from parents, not being a worker. Don't ask children to take tools, instead send them to school. That's all about my speech. Thank you for your attention. Good evening.
Wow, Olita, what a speech. Yes, wonderful. Now over to you, Muhammad Zubair, for your evaluation, for your comments.
The way she, the way she expressed her views and the content was amazing. she covered maximum all the points what should be there, because the information she has given, research-based information she has given about the topic, about the child labor, the reasons, and how can we tackle this problem, and what is going on in the society. The confidence was good, and she was expressing in such a way that was very wonderful. So excellent speech given by her in context of the child labor. Yeah, amazing.
Thank you, Mr. Zubair, and thank you, Olita. And let us move to the next speaker, and our next speaker is Vartika Singh.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Things have a way of working themselves out if we just remain positive. With this, a very warm evening to everyone. Vartika here from Jammu Sanskriti School, Jammu, India. And today I'm going to present my views on positive thinking. A positive attitude is not just about maintaining that smile on your face every time. It's more than that. It's about maintaining that optimistic mindset and attitude, even when the things are in utter chaos. It's often said that what does a good or bad diet does to your body, positive and negative thought does the same to your mind. Feed your mind with positive thoughts and you will see amazing changes around you. When you start thinking optimistically, your mind becomes clear of any negative thoughts and you will see the world in a new light. You will stop blaming yourself or others. You will be in total control of your emotions and try to seek a valuable lesson in every setback of your experience. Here are a few more reasons why you should develop a positive attitude in your life. Happiness. A positive attitude is generally known to be linked with the feeling of happiness. Happiness is the state of mind. It comes from within and not dependent on any external factors. When you think positively, you will be in harmony and feel happy. To put it simply, you will be happy if you still have that positive attitude. Self-confidence. When you develop a positive attitude, you will start feeling better about yourself. You will treat yourself with more respect and love. And this in turn will boost your confidence and levels and inner strength. You will take on new challenges and come out to your self-limiting beliefs. And the last one is training your mind to develop a positive attitude. Repeating the positive affirmation is a great way to train your mind to think positively. Reading inspirational quotes and motivational quotes and novels on the daily basis will help you overcome negative thoughts and instill a sense of optimism in you. Any unpleasant event occurs, approach it with a positive mindset and try to learn an optimistic lesson out of it. Remember, your thoughts determine your feelings and actions. So whenever any negative thought comes to your mind, immediately replace it with the positive ones. Resolve to be cheerful no matter how the situation is. If things are not working in your favor, instead of fretting, work towards your goal with a positive attitude and you will see amazing results soon. Thank you. And I hope you have a great day ahead.
Beautiful speech, Vartika. It was really beautiful, very well presented. Your thoughts are very beautiful and lovely thoughts. And if we are going to practice and we are going to follow your instructions, I don't think anybody is going to be unhappy or sad in the life. Thank you for sharing beautiful, positive thoughts. Now our next speaker is Vania Hayat.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Vanya Hayat, and I'm gonna give you a speech on I have an idea to eradicate child labor. Child labor is a violation. You should concentrate on education. According to me, I want to say that child labor is a major threat to children's rights. That children should be given best opportunities to show their talents to be educated properly, as they are future of our country and will be ones who will help in developing the country. But in today's, children are forced to work at dangerous sites at very young age instead to happily enjoying and developing themselves. They are forced to work and thrown into adulthood. According to International Labour Organization, children are working below the age of 15 are not allowed. Millions of children around the world are forced to work, which robs them of having a happy childhood, education, and a good future. The age at which children should attend school are forced to work at dangerous construction sites. They work at least 16 hours per day to help their families make ends meet. I want to conclude all this by saying that government and the citizens plays an important role in ending child labor. Laws against this should be strict. Free education should be provided and food should be provided. And as a rightful citizens, it's important to report child abuse to the nearest police station. It's our duty to save the bright future and beautiful lives of children in our countries and world. Children should be kept happy and not in a forcefully working atmosphere. Thank you.
Wow, wow, beautiful speech, Vania. David, what you have to say about Vania?
Wow. I've seen you speak multiple times now, and you always impress me. Thank you so much. I like the one phrase you had, which I might have got wrong because I was writing it down by the end of your speech. The beautiful, what was it? The beautiful life and the something about the future. That phrase was an excellent way of ending the speech. Yeah. So your speech was good, great information in there, some of which we've heard before, which is one of the disadvantages of speaking last or towards the end, but your delivery is fantastic. Your attitude, your positivity is great. And then, as I said, you had a great poem to begin with, and you had that closing statement about the beautiful life and the future. So that's a great way to handle things in the speech. Excellent job. Fantastic, very inspirational.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Vania. Vania, what was that phrase? Will you please let us know once again?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the phrase David is appreciating? Tell us the future one, the sentence, future sentence.
Thank you. Sorry, ma'am. I don't understand.
Okay.
It's the one. It's the one with. What does it say? The bright life and the exceptional future, I think it was.
The bright life and the exceptional future.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. It's our duty to save the bright futures and beautiful lives of children in our countries and world. Children should be kept happy and not in a forcefully working atmosphere. Thank you.
Thank you. The bright life and beautiful future. Fantastic. Excellent.
Thank you very much. And now let me invite Muhammad Ashad. Our next speaker is Muhammad Ashad from New Delhi. Oh, Muhammad Ashad, where are you? Yes, start.
Children are supposed to be going to school. They don't look good with a handful of tools. Good evening, everyone. This is Mohammed Ashad, and today I would like to present my opinion on child labor. You know what? If you like children holding tools and working for you, just one time give a pencil in their hand and say them to study. One day you will be proud on yourself. Child labor is a kind of crime where children are violated to work at a very young age and their duties just like grown-ups by practicing in business activities. As per the International Labour Organization, a rule has been established according to which children up to the age limit of 15 should not be involved in any job forcibly. The use of the children for financial work makes children denied of childhood, proper literacy, mental, physical, and social well-being. In some countries, this practice is completely forbidden. However, it has become an international matter in the most of the states. as it is ruining the future of children extensively. Child employment is a severe matter in most of the developing nations. Small children under the age of 15 are being involved in economic work activity by the people of high class society. They are ignoring the reality that children are the future and hope of the nation. Millions of children are lacking in primary education and depriving their childhood in our country, which is a terrible warning. These children do not get the opportunity to live a healthy life since they are not delighted physically, intellectually, and culturally in their childhood. There are several reasons for child labor in our world. Some of the grounds of child labor are similar, however, they differ from country to country. The most popular reasons are poverty, suppression of child rights, irregular educations, inadequate rules and laws, and many more. Poverty and unemployment in development nations are the leading cause of child labor. As per the statistics of the UN of 2000, in 2005, more than 1/4 of people globally are existing in extreme poverty. Deficiency of admittance to proper education in many nations. In 2006, it was found that about 75 million children were far away from education. Poor social control provides rise to child labor in agriculture or household work. Limited rights for children and laborers affect labor's living standards to a high degree. This is also a significant issue. Many children start working so in, to improve the income of their family so that they can manage at least 2 times of food. They are appointed by the companies to make more production at reduced labor cost. And why I'm saying this because I've saw parents who don't get their children for study but force them to work. And this is wrong. You are not working by yourself but forcing your child to do the thing he can't. And if we talk about the ranges, Africa has the highest range of child labor. More than 72 million children are forced to do work here. In India, 6 million. In Bangladesh, more than 5 million. In Pakistan, more than 3.5 million. In Nepal, more than 2 million, and many more countries over 1 million. Roughly 160 million children were subjected to a child labor at the beginning of 2020. With 5 million additional children at risk due to the impact of COVID-19. This accounts for nearly 1 in 10 children worldwide. Almost half of them are in hazardous work that directly endangers their health and moral development. And now, almost in the end of 2021, the situation is more bad. Over 180 million children are under child labor. And now let's just talk about how can we eradicate child labor. There are some points that can help us eradicate child labor. Creating more unions may help in preventing child labor as it will promote more people to help against child labor. All the children should be given first priority by their parents to take proper and regular education from their early childhood. These steps needs much cooperation by the parents as well as schools to free children for education and take admission of children from all walks of life respectively. Every family must earn their minimum income to survive and prevent child labor. Decrease the level of poverty and thus manner labor. Child trafficking should be entirely eliminated by the governments of all countries. Child workers should be substituted by adult workers as about 800 million grown-ups are jobless in this world. In this way, an adult will get work and a child will be free from labor. Work opportunities should be improved for adults to overcome the problem of poverty and child labor. Company owners of factories, industries, mines, etc. should take the oath of not including children in any type of work or job. We can eradicate child labor by raising funds. There are some trusted NGOs that help children go to school not to do work. Some of them are Save the Children, CRY, Scoop Hoop, Global March, and many more. You can donate them to help eradicating child labor. Send off children to school. This will help them to work after they will be grown and go for job or own business. These were some points by me to eradicate child labor. Hope you like them and think for them. Thank you and have a great.
Thank you very much, Mohammad Arshad. Your speech was a fantastic speech, and Mr. Zubair is smiling after listening your speech. Yes, Zubair. What will you say about the speech of Mohammad Arshad?
Yeah, actually, despite laws and regulations protecting child from child labor, it still exists because due to the poverty or unemployment, or you can say the condition of the families, and the political things are there, violation of existing laws. So he covered many things, the reasons, how can we, eradicate these things, and the The information he has given about some research-based information he has given, how much percentage of people are engaged in different countries. So definitely he has done a good job, because in any debate, eye contact is important, volume is important, pace is important, but the matter and the content and how you are presenting the matter is also important. It was good.
Thank you very much, Mohammad Zubair and Mohammad Ashad. Now our next participant is Azka Hayat. Over to you, Azka.
Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I am Askarat, and I am going to give you a speech on I have an idea to eradicate child labor. Child labor is a crime. Every child has a right to shine. As per the code, I would like to say that children are meant to love, to be the future of the country. As they grow up, they should have opportunities to prove themselves, so that they could be the ones who have to brag in our families and country. But if I tell you, there are cases in which a child is not allowed to experience their childhood in the face of joyness, a phrase in which they should be happy and glowing, instead of thrown into a hectic adulthood where they are forced to work. Child labor is a crime in which children are forced to work at a very young age. It's considered an illegal activity because children between the age of 5 to 16 are not yet ready to work. It's pathetic for those people who force children at the age which they should enjoy childhood to work and enter laborhood. Millions of children around the world are forced to work. Child labor remains to be a serious challenge to the happiness of children. According to the report of International Labour Organization, child labor has reduced in most countries, but it's still a major problem in many. At last, I want to say that the main role can be played by the government and the citizens to stop child labor. Child labor should be stopped by making strict laws. The government should make sure that free education and food should be provided. And everyone take a step to stop child labor. Thank you.
Wow, mashallah, what is confidence. Yes, David, please comment on Aska's speech. Give your feedback, please.
Okay, round two of the sisters. Fantastic speech. A very nice job, very good compliment to your sister. What I liked particularly was during your introduction, you talked about the opportunities that children would give up having to work and being forced into it, and also being torn apart by the fact they have to work. I love that statement. That phrase was great. You put a lot of passion, a lot of energy into your speech, and you had a very clear voice, a very good flow, and steady flow, and great job. I love seeing you two together. You're a fantastic pair of students. So great job. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, David, and thank you, Aska. Now this is the time to listen to Pahul Preet Kaur. May I request?
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Pahul Preet.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So, a very warm evening, all the dignitaries and respected participants. I am Pahul Preet Kaur from Jammu and Kashmir, India. And today I am here to present a speech on child labor. So starting off with, that child labor has become the world's most pressing worry since it has mental, emotional, and physical impact on children. It also jeopardizes children's future. A kid is defined as a person who has not reached the age of 14 under the 1986 Child Labor Act. The practice of involving children in economic activities, whether part-time or full-time, is known as child labor. Every kid is seen as a divine gift that must be fostered with love and devotion, by the family and the society. However, owing to social and economic issues, children will be compelled and are compelled to work in the industries, leather factories, hotels, and self-service restaurants. According to ILO data from 2018, over 13 million children between the ages of 5 to 15 are working in India. Children who should be in schools are forced to labor on risky construction sites. The bulk of these youngsters are between the age of 5 and 15, and they labor nearly 16 hours every day to support their families. In India, 20 to 30% of youngsters between the ages of 15 and 17 are engaging in risk involving activities. It is a terrible fact that about a third of our country lives in the poverty, which is often regarded as the leading cause of the child labor. People that live in such situations do not have enough food to eat, which is why they force their children to labor. These helpless and defenseless youngsters are then forced to work odd occupations like selling drugs, cigarettes, or even begging. In 1993, 2006, and 2013, the Indian government implemented laws against child labor, prohibiting harmful activity that might injure children between the age of 5 to 18. To conclude this speech, I'd like to emphasize the importance of both the government and the citizens of every country in abolishing child labor. Child labor laws should be strengthened and children should have access to free education and food. It is critical that you report child abuse to your nearest police station as a citizen and not just ignore it as a regular day activity, because change begins with one. Raise your voice against child labor as it is the future of your country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your beautiful speech. It was really wonderful. We couldn't see you though during the speech. It seems that you are reading behind the camera. Yes, David, please give your feedback.
Thank you, Doctor. And I might massacre your name. Palupreet, thank you very much for your speech. A lot of research, a lot of information, new information too, that we haven't heard before. And you also, for the first time, brought up the divinity, the divine right of a child to be a child and not to be forced into labor. That's very important. And you talked about the steps the Indian government have taken to deal with and combat and reduce child labor in India, which is a very good thing too. I think that societies in the developing world that are struggling with this problem, if nations are succeeding to reduce it and reduce the effects of it, other nations in similar situations should take note and follow their lead. So very, very good speech, nicely delivered. As Dr. Halima said, we didn't see you during the speech, which is unfortunate, but we see you now, so we can imagine merging the two together. But great job. We hope to see you and hear you at the same time next time. And great job. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much. And now our next speaker is Rashmi Rajput.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the recognition. Greetings, everyone. This is Rashmi from Jammu Sanskriti School, Jammu. And today the topic of my speech is live your dream. You know, there's a saying that it's good to be a dreamer, but it's better to be a planner and a worker. There are two kinds of people in life. There are dreamers and there are those whom I call the risk takers. And today I'm going to tell you the difference between a dreamer and those who take risk. A dreamer only dreams and stops dreaming when the going gets tough. But do you know what the risk takers do? They tell they're tough to keep going. Yes, they tell they're tough to keep going. And the question is, are you a dreamer or a risk taker? When everyone sleeps, keep on pushing for your dream. When everyone quits, keep on going, keep on climbing the ladder of success when no one else believes in you. It is not enough to be a dreamer. Being a dreamer will not make you rich. Being a dreamer will not make you successful in life. It's absolutely not enough to be a dreamer because everyone was born with that thing called a dream. Bill Gates, Nelson Mandela, Steve Jobs, to mention a few. These are the risk takers. These are the people who sacrifice everything they had for their dreams. Do you want to be you and live your dream? Or you want to be what your family members want you to be? Do you want to die living your legacy? Or you want to be tribe living, praising everyone in life? Live your dream. You don't need your friends to live your dream. You don't need your family members to live your dream. You and only you have got the power to make your dream come true. And only you, no one else. There are dreamers who wish they could write a book. There are dreamers who spend their whole life wishing that if only I would become this or that, I will become happy. Live your dream. When you live your dream, you don't go looking for happiness. Happiness will come looking for you. When you live your dream, you don't go looking for others' approval. Others will come looking for you. When you live your dream and die, your dream will live after you. Thank you so much.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yes, we are a dreamer. I am a dreamer. At least I am for myself. David, are you a dreamer?
No, I'm a risk taker through and through. It's a very refreshing speech. You know, we've had two different speeches that weren't about child labor, and I think they were nicely placed and kind of refreshing and bringing another perspective to this, because a child can have a dream just like an adult can. And part of that dream, and to achieve that dream, is to stay out of child labor. Now, I know that's a ridiculous thing to say because most children are forced into that situation and have no choice. But you have to have a dream and you have to have that goal to get out of that situation and improve yourself. So thank you so much for delivering that wonderful speech. And I think you have a nice look to you. How old are you? 14? Okay. Yeah. You have a look of and a speech delivery of an adult. So, you know, make use of that. You have that built-in gift already. So definitely make use of that. And fantastic job. And I'll look forward to hearing you again very soon.
Thank you. Thank you very much, David. Thank you, Rashmi. And now our last speaker is Taranjeet Kaur.
Very good morning, everyone.
Good evening, Taranjeet. Can we have a look at your face? Can we have the honor of looking at you? Taranjeet? It seems that there is some network issue. So because of that, Taranjeet, please unmute yourself.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. Now I'm able. Yeah. Very good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Today I'm Taranjeet Kaur of class 11B from Jammu Sanskrit School. So today's my topic is on books are the best friends. So you all know that it is 100% true that books are the best friends. They are never failing companions. They stand by us in every wheel and war. As says Mahatma Gandhi, when I'm in stress, I go to the lab of Mother Gita to get solace. By Mother Gita, he means Bhagwan Gita, the great book of truth, said from the mouth of Lord Krishna to his friends Arjuna. All the great books of the world have been useful to us. You all know. They have done us a great good in the form of changing our attitudes toward life. They have cheered us, even they have helped us, and they have been instrumental in our progress. Now, books are available in ample number. They are as many as subjects are. Books can be had on every branch of knowledge, whether it is science or arts or agriculture or psychology. The books are very plenty. Many books are meant for serious studying. They read for the examination purpose. You all know that. They are gone through our success in life. Some are read for the entertainment, but some are read for the serious thinkers. More and more knowledge is being added every day and every morning. There are books through which your hunger for knowledge can best be satisfied. These printed words, bound in the form of books, can best guide you, advise you, and you can know that it is moralize you. So, and last, I want to say that read as many as you can. Read as many as you can. Choose a fewest and digest the fewest. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Taranjeet. What a lovely idea you have given. What a lovely thought you have presented in your speech. But unfortunately, we couldn't see you. And
I'm
I
really
think
sorry, ma'am. It may be a network issue. That's why I'm can't able to see you.
David and Zobair will agree with me that in a speech competition, it's always mandatory. Memorize your speech
Yeah.
and then present it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, your thoughts were very beautiful. Yes, Zobair, tell me what you have to say. Please let us know.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, because in a speech or in a debate, if you are not able to, if we are not able to see the participant, so that is, a big issue, because the pace, the gestures, all other things matters. Use of voice, body language, use of notes, eye contact, humor, volume, pace, everything matters in the, debate or in a speech. But she has done a good job. Her speech was good. Her confidence was good. Content information was amazing. So it was good.
Thank you, Mohammed Zubair, and thank you, Taranjeet ji for the beautiful thoughts. And really, we should always read the books, and we can very easily make out that who is a reader and who is not a reader, because if the reader speaks, that speaks with lots of wisdom, with lots of pearls of knowledge. That's the difference. With this, we come to the end of today's students' performances. If there is anyone who is to perform, please let me know through the chat box, so that may I get this opportunity. Yes, Neha Kumari is willing. Yes, Neha Kumari, you can go ahead. If you want to present, we have 5 more minutes. You can present. Sneha Kumari is now not here. Let's move then. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you all enjoyed the speeches, and at the same time, you all have learned a lot by these speeches. We all are from Martin Luther King Jr. Club, and this club ensures that the students speak with lots of confidence, with lots of objectivity. Like, it's not just for the sake of speaking, but they have an objective. They want to spread the message. So that's why they all are here assembled. Thank you very much. And now let me invite Muhammad Zubair for his overall remarks over the presentation and about the child labor. About Muhammad Zubair, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that Muhammad Zubair is an associate professor, and he is working in Jamia Millia Islamia. And at the same time, he is a very passionate speaker and educationist who especially works for the special need children. So today, Muhammad Zubair has graced this occasion. We are grateful to him. And now over to you, Muhammad Zubair.
Thank you, Dr. Halima, ma'am. It's my pleasure, because you invited me here at this platform, because such competitions are very important for our children, because this gives them confidence. Students can learn team spirit, bring a positive change in the child, and students will get a chance to sharpen their talent, because every individual is different. They have own skills and abilities, and we have to enhance their abilities and skills to develop the all-round personality of the students. And all the debates or the competitions which covers, and it covers, or it comes under the co-curricular activities, and it's a part of our curriculum. We have to we have to work not only on the cognitive aspect, but we have to work on the psychomotor or the affective domain as well. So we have to enhance educational values or the psychological values or the cultural virtue in our students. And by the by some recreational values. And when we talk about the child labor, child labor is the is not the problem of India, it's the problem of whole world. And when we talk about child labor, the ILO, International Labor Organization, defines child labor as work that is mentally or the physically or socially or morally dangerous and harmful to children. And every country is trying to eradicate this, but we have, as a responsible citizen, we have to sensitize our society how child labor is ruining our children's future. So this is a thing, but many reasons behind it: poverty or unemployment, you can say, or weak national education system, you can say sometimes, or cultural traditions is there, attitude is there, violation of existing laws. Many laws are there, but people don't know about the existing laws, how we can use these laws, inadequate enforcement of law in agriculture, in agriculture area, in fishing, in livestock production, in farming, in the forestry. Many children are working there. Domestic work, also referred to as household work, in many factories, in many textile sectors. When you see many children are working there. So in industries, in manufacturing industries, in mining, in gold mining, in salt mining, in stone quarrying, many child are working there. So as a responsible person, we have to firstly, we have to assess our personality, what kind of work we are doing. Then we have to sensitize, we have to aware the society, we have, and at the school level, at the college level, government is doing many things, but if we are not able to execute those plans in the practical manners, this will be very difficult for us, because human rights ensure people have basic needs met. And human rights protect vulnerable groups from abuse. And uh, you know this kind of competition, now this kind of competition you organized here at this platform is good, because these activities have great educational potential. Because classroom teaching in the theoretical manner is only we are giving information to them, but as an individual they have different potential. So or in the competition, I would like to say one more thing, that in any debate or in any speech competition, content matter must be good, genuine and true. And your confidence, the way of presentation matters. The method is the structure and timing of your speech. It also considers team method, because the time given, you have to follow the time. And the manner is the way in which you deliver your speech. It is the most subjective aspect of debating. The only rule of which is that you must be persuasive. As a speaker, you have to develop a style that works. Many students tried well here. And use of voice, try not to speak in a monotone, and remember to pause when appropriate. Use emphasize to highlight important points with your voice, and use different tones to show if a point is serious, sad, or funny. Think about how you speak. Body language matters. You should use some hand gestures, but don't wave your arms about too much. It's important to stand comfortably and face the audience during your speech. Don't turn around to face the opposition or your own team. Use of notes, we recommend that you use palm cards other than a sheet of paper of your notes. Eye contact is important. Eye contact includes the audience in your speech and makes it more persuasive. Always face the audience. And humor, where appropriate, humor works well. Volume is how loud or softly you speak in a debate. You need to speak loud enough that all the audience can clearly hear you. If you speak too softly or mumble your speech and the audience can't hear you, they can't be persuaded by you. The pace is the speed that a speaker speaks at. Some people are fast speakers, some people are very slower. So pace is very individual. It is totally different, but some general things to keep in mind. If you speak too fast, your audience won't understand what you have to say. If you speak too slow, the audience will think you are nervous or don't know what to say. So these two things can be, unpersuasive to the audience. So smiling face, confidence, content, knowledge, information, way of presentation, everything matters in the speech competition. And today, all students have done a great job. They, their confidence level was great. The way of presentation was amazing. The content they selected was good, because when we are giving some sort of examples, or when we are giving some sort of data, it should be, it should be on the research based data. We have to present research based data in those things. So every I congratulate to Dr. Halima ma'am for organizing such competitions in online mode, because we have to develop our students in such manner. Many people talked about only about the academic values or the academic areas, but we have to work on overall development of a person.
Thank you, Mr. Zubair, for
thank
your
you.
golden words. Thank you very much. It's really lovely to listen to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you like to know that who is the mentor of the whole program? So let me, I feel honored to announce that our mentor is David Haslam, who is from United Kingdom, and who used to live in Singapore. Right now he is in Germany, and he has joined us from Germany. He is a native speaker of English, and he feels pleasure and pride in teaching the non-English people, not speaker people. And that's why he has been associated with us as volunteer. And I'm grateful for his wonderful contribution, his time and efforts. Over to you, Mr. David.
Thank you so much, Dr. Halima. Students, you did a fantastic job today. This is absolutely awesome. I have a quick story to tell you, and then I'll talk more about what you guys talked about. In 2010, I went to the Philippines on a business trip, and I met with my project coordinator out there. While we were walking around the streets of Manila, sat in front of us on a street corner was a little girl, and she was not nicely dressed. Her clothes were dirty, ill-fitting, and she had a dirty face. But the biggest thing of all was her feet and her ankles were twisted and broken. Her toes were smashed. And Janelle, my coordinator, said, as we crossed the street and walked away from her, that girl was abused by her parents, and her parents smashed her feet so she could be a beggar on the street and get sympathy from tourists and other people and gain money through begging. That was the clearest, most direct example I ever saw of child labor, and it's heartbreaking. What you did today by talking about child labor, all you children, you're at that age where you could be working in a factory or a mine or in a field collecting vegetables or fruit, or working as a house laborer. You all could be child laborers at this point. And you're in the country, in one of the countries, well, two countries represented today, which are really bad with child labor. There's one aspect that wasn't mentioned today. I didn't hear anybody talk about it. And that is the role of the companies that make use of the child laborers. That's a huge problem. If the companies have a moral backbone, so they don't use child labor, or have laws against them by their own countries or by other countries that make use of things that they provide with child labor, this is another aspect to destroy and change the world and make sure that doesn't happen. So I believe it's a three-pronged approach to eliminating child labor worldwide. First, it should be the governments, because the governments have the power to impose things and make things happen on a grand, bigger scale. Next is the families and the societies in which child labor takes place. As was mentioned many times by many speakers, improving education of the children is one. improving job opportunities and unemployment for the parents, for the adults of the community, so that they won't be forced to have child labor. And then the third one must be the corporate level too. Whoever makes these decisions that it's acceptable to have child laborers, they are disgusting, horrible people, and they should not be allowed to operate in business. But you can only really do that if you as consumers won't buy products from those companies, and governments will stamp down on those companies by eliminating them. But the biggest problem there is knowing who is doing it. So I like the fact that it was mentioned several times as well, that if you know of a child labor incident, you should report it to the police, to the authorities, to get something done about it. So that was pretty inspiring, that that's a sign that you guys realize that. And we can start this message in India and spread it out across the world, because we have a power in this group. You know, the students are all between the age of 5, 6 years old to 15 years old. And you guys are the ones that are impacted by this. And by spreading your good, positive messages and doing something to eliminate this with the help of adults and governments, fantastic job. Excellent. I'm going to talk to Dr. Halima about something we can do from this particular day's event, because I believe this message can be spread far and wide. And the fact that it's coming from you, the students, the young people, people most directly affected by child labor, is where that message comes from and where it'll be strong. So fantastic job. I can't really fault any one of the speakers. I said nice, praiseworthy things about all the speakers that I talked about, but also the ones I didn't talk about. You all did a fantastic job today. Thank you, Dr. Halima, for organizing this event, making sure that the students all did their work to do the speeches. Great, great job. I look forward to having more events like this, more purposeful, meaningful speaking events that you can all take part in and inspire the world. Thank you so much, and thank you for inspiring me.
Wonderful, fantastic. Thank you very much, David. It was really spoken from the heart. And believe me, my dear students, we feel for them. Whenever I see any child, either at the restaurant or the hotels or at the signals, I always try to just grab them and send them to some school, or maybe send them to some orphanage. But you know, the basic reason is that the mafia behind them. The children, that is not a problem of the children. The problem is with the adult who are using them while doing child trafficking. They are picking them, they are stealing them, and then they are using them for the begging purpose. Or as David has mentioned, that the industry people, those who are using them for low labor, so that they have to pay less amount, they have to pay less wages. That is the reason. So this is the greed of adult, and children, innocent people, innocent children are being suffered. So let's join hands together to do something for them. At least we can spread the awareness and the message among the people. And my dear students, today I'm really very happy to see the performances. The members of Martin Luther King Jr. Club and the non-members as well, those who have participated. And my last message to all the viewers is, if you want to be an effective speaker, if you want to speak to change the world, if you have a message, if you have a mission, if you have a niche, if you have a purpose of life and you want the world to know, please join our club, Martin Luther King Jr. Club. We will provide you the tool, we will provide you the technique, how to be effective and how to win the world. Thank you very much. Once again, I thank all the speakers and I thank our mentor, David Haslam. Thank you very much. Take care, everyone. The result will be announced shortly. We will send the result through the WhatsApp to you all, and you will get the certificates and the mementos for your performances. Thank you and take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.